What's up, Chris? Yes. All right, so let me show you what happened. All right, so I pulled the plastic over. I trimmed out the hood. I pulled the plastic up from the hood, raised the hood, pulled the plastic back, and then taped it back to a cell so no overspray will get into the engine bay. So that's that. So that's where we're at right now. Everything's been wiped down. It's been metal treated. It's ready to go. I'm gonna set this. I think I'm gonna set this camera up. Let me see if I can do something different. Top of that trash can. Is that good, or do I need to go back? Is that good, or do I need to go back? Can y'all see that, or do I need to go back? Let me know. Tell me something. We good? If we're good, we rolling with it. All right, so this cloth, it's got 8 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the first wipe is on that one. Second wipe is on that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So by the time I get to the other side, it's just about clean. You see my handprints. So that's that. So. I've already mixed my epoxy. It's 2 to 1.5. It's wax and grease remover. It's wax and grease remover. Yeah, that. Wax and grease remover to get anything that was on there off. Now, if I was spraying, if it was sealer, I would spray wax and grease remover, and then I would spray alcohol, and then a tack cloth, or not a tack cloth, but one of these cloths, and the alcohol would demagnetize it. It's called anti-static prep. All that is 2 parts alcohol, 1 part water. That's all it is. So you can go to Walmart and get green alcohol, 91%. Mix it 2 parts alcohol, 1 part water. It's the same thing. It's cheaper. So we'll let that flash off for about 10 minutes and put another coat. So, what y'all think? What y'all think? We'll slide it back just a touch. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, we'll wait 10 minutes and then I'll put another coat. I don't know if I stay on here the whole 10. I don't know if I stay on here the whole time. Y'all want me to stay on here the whole time? So my issue, no alcohol with epoxy. Oh, no, 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 no. You could have wiped it down with alcohol. That'd been fine. But I'm not really worried about static. So normally when I'm, like if it's sealer and I do a 3-step wipe down, I do wax and grease remover, an alcohol prep, and a water base cleaner, which is like water. It's prep for if you spray in water-based paint. So that just helps it. It's a water-based wipe. It pretty much just does everything. But if you do wax and grease remover and an alcohol prep, you're fine. You don't have to do all three. I do all three. That's why I was taught, so I do all three. So, I'm driving. Well, I appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Car's in the cut. And some people don't even use wax and grease remover. They just use alcohol prep because they say, well, alcohol removes grease and oils, which is that's not false. It does. I mean, if you take alcohol and rub it on your face, it pulls all the oils and stuff off your face. If you wash your hands in alcohol, 91% alcohol, rubbing alcohol, it takes all the oils off your finger. So, I mean, it's just the way I was shown. Do wax and grease remover, alcohol prep, and then like a final prep, which is basically like a water-based cleaner, and then go from there. But being this is epoxy, I'm not really worried about the static because it's going to get, if it gets any track. And then here's another thing. It doesn't matter that I'm doing outside because, like I said, this is just, I'm going to do three coats, 2 to 1 half, and then I'll probably let that flash off, and then I'll probably put 2 more coats on it, and then I'll let it set for a week, and then I'll come back and block it with 150. So it don't matter if it gets a little bit of trash in it or it gets a bug in or something. It really don't matter because it's epoxy. I mean, you're gonna sand it anyway, so it don't matter. It don't matter. Some people get lost in the woods for the trees. You know, it'd be different if I was. It really wouldn't. Well, the pollen's falling. I wouldn't be painting no cars outside with pollen falling because it'd have a yellow tint to it. But let's just say the pollen's not falling. I don't have a problem painting a vehicle outside because if it's going to get cut and buff, what does it matter? If you're going to cut and buff it, what does it matter? If it gets a little piece of lint or an eyelash or a mosquito gets on it, walks his little dirty ass feet across it, who cares? You're going to cut it and buff it anyway. And if you put enough clear on it, man, if a bug landed in some clear outside, I'd let it tack off just a little bit. I take a pair of tweezers, little sharp tweezers. I'd pick that son of a gun out, and then I'd put clear over his feet, I'd clear over his foot tracks and let that shit go. With all this pollen, the car would be yellow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It'll have a yellow tint to it. I mean, so I try not to paint. Well, primer doesn't matter, but I try not to. I mean, I have a booth and I have filters and all that stuff. I try not to paint anything big when the pollen's falling because that shit is so micro, and when it lands in the clear, it looks like lint, and it has a yellow tint to it. And if you spraying anything but yellow, it's gonna have a yellow tint to it. I mean, it's just gonna have it. So it don't matter to me. It's gonna get bad here. All them pine trees, they swelling up. Next week, when the wind blows, there's pollen now falling, but in the next week or two, them pine trees right here, these loblolly pines, when the wind blows, it'll look like a cloud of white. It'll just look like a cloud of yellow dust. I tried to fill out a police report last year for sexual molestation, and they didn't think it was funny. They didn't think it was funny. And they was like, what do you mean? I said, I've been sexually assaulted. They said, what? Who done it? I said, these loblollies. Who? Loblolly? Who's loblolly? These loblolly pines. Jeremy, what are you talking about? I said, well, pollen is when pollen goes to other trees and plants, that's how they reproduce. That's how you make fruits and vegetables, and honeybees, they pollinate. The pollen goes into one, and there you go, you got the fruit. So it's basically sex in the air. So when all that pollen hits me in the face, I feel like I've been sexually assaulted. So who do I take it? They didn't think that was funny. I thought it was funny. I thought it was fucking hilarious. But there's a gnat right there walking across it, and it's pretty tacked. Look, he's right there. Oh yeah, TJ. This is my happy spot, man. The only bad thing about it, I don't have earbuds in, listen to the radio. So usually when I go in the booth, I turn the radio up in my ears, lock the gate, lock the door, lock everything, lock the gate, have at it. But I figured I'd come on here and give you some content. TJ, let me show you a little. Let me show you a little trick. All right, TJ. So you know when you pull your trigger, when you pull it just a little bit, you got air, right? So a lot of people, when they go to spray, they go off on, 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 off on. That's actually wrong. Don't go all the way off. So when you pull the trigger, see, that's just air. See, that's just air. And then you got product, air, product, air. Don't stop all the way, because what happens when you go on, off, what happens? See that right there? See that bubble? See that? And then it really don't matter in primer, but let's say you were spraying a high metallic or pearls or a candy or a shifting pearl or a chameleon paint job, right? So what would happen when you would go off and on, you got a bubble right there, right? See that? See that bubble? And then when you go to spray again, guess what? You just sprayed that pearl, that color, a droplet, and you're gonna have a defect in the paint because that's right there. So when you're going to spray, if you'll get in the habit of leaving the air, see? Air, right? When you go air, leave it, see, just air, right? I pulled it too far, but just leave it air and then go primer. Does that make sense? So after you spray your paint, I take it completely apart. Zebra Red, I take it completely apart. Now I know Sada and Awada and all of them says you don't need to do that. Just take the nozzle off and spray it out with some gun cleaner. I take the cap, the nozzle, the needle, the seat, the spring, I take it all out. And I clean it with gun cleaner and I clean it with a brush. And then I got a, I have a mixing cup with thinner in it with a lid. And I throw all that stuff in there and I leave it in there. And then I put it back. So I got a little bit left. I'm gonna see if I can get one more coat on it. I doubt I got enough, but I'm gonna spray it. I'm gonna go pretty fast so I can get it on there. Let me see what happened. Cardinal cut is, don't overthink it, man. Don't overthink it. I can do some. Oh, I know. I seen your stuff. Yeah, don't overthink it. Don't get lost in the woods with the trees, as they say. That didn't take too long. 30 minutes. Now I did spray it a little heavy, but it's okay. It's fine. With CRE, you can go wet on wet, or you can wait 7 days and recoat it in 7 days without sanding it. It seems there's no rollback on bodywork. Nah. It's just something about watching your work. What? Hold on a second. What happened? I missed something. Car stuff is so therapeutic for real. It's just like learning and trying. It's just learning and trying can be scary. Oh yeah. Anything that gets you out of your comfort zone is scary for sure. It's just something about watching your work come together. What about it, TJ? It seems there's no rule. Oh yeah. So, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a fan and I'm gonna set a fan out there and I'm gonna blow across it with a fan. So try to keep some of the bugs and stuff from falling in it. I mean, I don't care if they fall in it because it's primer or epoxy. I'm gonna sand it anyway, but I'm gonna put a fan out there and let the fan just blow across. Oh, I appreciate it, TJ. I appreciate it. Hey, you doing good too, TJ. So don't count yourself short. I mean, you doing good too. Need you a good pair of scissors from Harbor Freight. And now I'll flip the hood over and I'll have the bottom of the hood media blasted with crushed glass. I'll flip the deck lid over and I'll have it blasted and strip it because I'm not sanding it. I'll just have it blasted. It's a whole lot faster. And then I'll epoxy that. I had some ideas about doing some stuff to the bottom of the hood. So once the hood's done or dry, I'll probably get in the engine bay and start cleaning up some. Well, actually, I'm gonna hook a battery up and to see what works and what don't work, like lights and stuff like that. And then I'm going to try to clean up the engine bay, take a wire brush, knock all the loose paint off and stuff like that. And then I'll go to Dollar General and I'll buy like a case of aluminum foil. And then I'll take the aluminum foil and I'll wrap all the wires, the hoses. I'll wrap everything in aluminum foil. Cheap aluminum foil is your best friend when you want to tape up inside of the engine bay. And then I'll paint everything in the engine bay black, but it's hideaway black. It's called hideaway black. It's a single stage. So I'll mix up some hideaway black and I'll paint everything in the engine bay hideaway black. And then when it dries, I'll take all the aluminum foil off, and everything that I wanted painted will be painted, and everything I don't want to be painted won't be painted. And then I got to schedule one day to go back to the salvage yard. I changed my mind. I'm just gonna go back to the salvage yard and I'm gonna pull everything out of the truck at the salvage yard. It'll be a whole lot easier for me to do it there than me to do it here. And plus that helps me get away from the shop and I can kind of decompress. And John said, come on, let's go. So I'll get everything out of the truck, the LS, the 4-speed or the 4L60, the computer, the wiring harness, the pedal. I'll get everything I need to get out of it. And then hopefully I can pull it all out in one piece. I'm sure we could. And then bring it back to the shop, hang it, pressure wash it and clean it, and put like new oil pan gasket, stuff like that. I got a LS1 or LS6 intake, so I might change the intake. And then I'll stick the LS in the hole. Why is it hideaway black? Does it have to be black? That's what Tamco calls it. They call it hideaway black. So I don't know why. I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's nice. It depends on how you mix it too. So you can mix it. I can't remember right off the top of my head. I'd have to look because I don't spray a lot of Tamco, so I don't know their numbers. Now PPG, I know them, but let's just say it's 4 to 1 to 1. All right, 4 parts paint, 1 part hardener, 1 part reducer. It's 1 shade of black, like eggshell. And if you mix it like 4 to 2 to 1, it'll be like a semi-gloss. And if you mix it like 4 to 2.5 to 1, it'll be a matte black. So depending on how you mix the hardener, changes the sheen of the color. So I'm gonna do a semi-gloss black. So I just have to look at the paper, the P sheet, and see. No worries, we all learning, Scoot, we all learning. All right, so it's 7:30. Y'all go get some popcorn, go take a shower, go pump and dump, do whatever you're gonna do. I'm gonna go live at 9 tonight. I'm telling you, I'm going live at 9 tonight. Not gonna be on here long, maybe 30 minutes at most, probably not even that long, but new tool alert. New tool alert. Now we talking, TJ. Now we talking. Yes, red and blue, yes, nice. Well, my son's doing his truck blue and white with orange interior. So at 9 o'clock, new tool alert. I'm gonna cover the tag up so you can't see it. So if you're not busy, come back at 9 o'clock, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button. Come back at 9, got a new tool alert. And I'll share this with you, and then we'll call it a night. And we'll go from there. So I appreciate every single one of you. And then we'll go from there. So remember what I said, boys and girls. I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. We're like 3,003 now. So we're on our way to 4,000. Like I said, I'll get with Tulu when he gets back next week from vacation, and we'll schedule it, and then I'll put it live, and then we need to share it, and see if we can, get as many people we can get on it when it goes live, and see what happens. And hopefully the tumbler cups will be done this week. I'm getting laser in next, and then we'll go from there. And that's right. So the old saying Jay used to say, burn rubber, not your soul. And the new saying is, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and drag. Peace, love, and chicken grease. I'm out.